All right, we got the go from Duster.
We got to go.
Let's go.
All right.
All right, what are your predictions here?
I think MitchyTommyPooPoo is gonna cheese every single game.
Most likely.
Yep. So I think it's gonna happen. I think he's a cheeser.
He in fact is a cheeser.
He likes that cheesy goodness. But Duster is a Terran, so he might have tanks.
True. But what MitchyTommyPooPoo might do is go for a Speedling Nidus without queens and get double gas.
Yeah, dude.
I've heard that's a meta as fuck.
That's actually how you do it. You are supposed to get double gas. That part wasn't wrong. It was the pulling off gas part.
In the top right corner, we got GNR Duster, Diamond Terran, and switch. In the bottom left, MitchyTommyPooPoo does Diamond Zerg.
Fairly standard Overlord path from old MitchyTommy.
Don't forget the poo-poo.
The poo-poo is in there. It's implied. It's an implied poo-poo. Duster leading room. Room for the reactor. Making this look like it's probably a 1-1-1 opener.
Although last time we saw this, it was a 2-1-1.
Kind of. It was a little weird. It was like a 6.5 minute 2-1-1.
It was at 6, didn't it?
I thought it was like 6.
Push it at 6.
I thought it was like 6.5.
He didn't get to main until 6.5.
Yeah.
But he hit the third at 6. Cheeky block. Didn't work. So gonna go block the third. Standard.
Yeah.
No cheesiness yet.
Nothing yet. I'm very disappointed in MitchyTommyPooPoo. Usually he gets the poo-poo right out in order. So Duster is going to block the third. He's gonna just plop his SCV there. Put him on a coffee break for a little bit. Hisachi's Overlords. This is a weird path for his first Overlord. He's not going to get to the natural to see anything. So he has no idea what's going on, if it's a 1 base, a 2 base. But he is checking all over the map for proxies, at least.
Yeah. Someone in the chat, let us know if you heard from Moss. Try and get it.
Yeah, we are looking for Moss to play his match versus Schmeat.
Shmee.
2 drones going down to the Reaper, and still no third. So this is actually a pretty good spot for Duster to be in, because the Overlord from Hisachi just now got into position and still hasn't scouted whether or not there's a natural here. I mean, there's a Marine, so we can assume, but there's no.
What they say about assuming.
I do know what they say about assuming. It's something you can do sometimes, right? That's how the saying goes, I think.
Okay.
It's a little unspecific. There's no really advice in that saying.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I don't know why people say it, to be honest.
2 base all in? Maybe? Nope. Just
third base going down.
Third base.
Yeah.
Are these standard diamond timings?
Yeah. 340 third base is kind of. It's not the worst thing in the world, honestly, as long as you have good saturation. And Mitch is just getting his saturation now. He probably should have had the saturation beforehand.
So yeah, even with a 230, you still saturate at 4 minutes.
Yeah. third CC going down now.
Kind of greedy.
A little bit greedy. Fairly standard timing for a 1-on-1 opening, I would say. But considering how late this third is from the Zerg, it is a little bit risky.
Did he see the third go down?
No, he did not.
Was that CD not there?
No, it got pushed back, but he didn't actually have vision of whether or not the third was built.
Gotcha.
So a Nidus Worm has been built, and I'm surprised I didn't notice this before, but there's a Nidus Worm right there, and now it's being planted in the main base. And we're gonna see
Did he
Mitch.
just go in with Hellions?
I don't. Yeah, I guess.
Base trade?
I guess. Well, you can't really base trade with Hellions. We can certainly kill a lot of drones.
Oh, it was a
No, he's pulling back. He's opting to pull back. So
a
the
Banshee.
lings are loose. The lings are loose in the base, but
Banshee should start shooting. There we go.
there's 4 queens coming though. That's the problem, and an overseer. So the
That is,
Banshee, the Banshee's actually boned from doing a lot of damage. 5 queens now. This is a really good push from MitchyTommyPooPoo.
Wait another 10, 11, 12 seconds.
He-
Oh, he's got the overseer.
He's got an overseer. Yeah, it's already gone.
That's what we call a big oof.
This is a proper nice timing here. Although the lings are kind of hanging back, not really protecting the queens, so there's a
He
little
did
bit of an oof
target
there.
fire down the Hellions with the queens.
Yeah,
I think he's still fine.
he's still fine. This is so much damage on the worker line that he's completely fine.
Oh, kill the 2 that are low. No, kill it. It's so low. It's got 5 HP.
It's fine because the thing is that these guys are going to take
I
so
just
long
wanted
to
it to
kill this
die.
Nidus that he could just pop out with a bunch of units right before it dies. He's not going to though.
Watch
So-
him do it again.
Yeah, he probably is. He left a creep tumor there, and he still has the overseer sitting there. So I think he will at some point do it again. Probably when he sees
Oh, he
these.
put more lings in.
He's getting ready. So probably as soon as he sees these Hellions on his side of the map, he's going to try to plop down another Nidus Worm. And 4 Marines, I don't think kill the Nidus before it finishes building.
I think they do.
I don't think they do.
Do you need 5 or 6?
I think you need 6 in an SCV pull. Or like 5 in an SCV pull or something.
He did not have a score down at that 3rd either.
No, he did not.
Though that would do little to stop Hellions, but you know. Kills the creep tumor.
Yeah, creep tumor's dead.
Big brain is to drop it on the creep before it dies.
He has no vision though.
Oh, that overlord got pushed back.
Oh yeah, he would still have. Oh, no, he has no vision. Once the creep tumor's gone, he has no vision.
Yeah. Yep.
Another Banshee's been added in to the mix. So she's positioning his overlords for another attempt at a Nidus. And otherwise, getting Hive. Okay, that's interesting. Hive off 6 gas and not full saturation on
goes down.
3 bases. An interesting move. I'm not sure what he's planning to do with that.
That's low risk.
Mainly Nest coming down now. On a 4th base for Musashi. We've got a 2-tank push with 2 Banshees as well coming across. There's no medevacs.
Well,
1 in
16, what,
production.
20 Marines.
1 medevac in production.
Oh, he's going for the counter Nidus. Look at that overlord in the top left.
Yeah, I see it. It's flying
He's got
in there.
nothing to stop it.
Putting down some spotting supply depots now. But I think that if Mitch plays this the way that he wants to, he's going to put that Nidus down right now that he sees this army across here. Or he may...
I think
no,
that's
he's going for a
right.
consolidated defense. He's pulled out of the Nidus Worm, and now he's just going to try to kill off this army. Which might be the right move here. There's only 2 tanks to support it, and there's no medevacs across the map right now. So every stem is...
I think he takes some of the lings and puts them in a Nidus.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. That would be a good move, I think. But oh, the detection comes in with the rest of the army. The Nice
Army
is
moves
getting
back.
loaded and unloaded. Yeah, the lings have gone in and out a few times.
The window for putting it down is getting smaller and smaller.
It is. He almost should put down a couple extra Niduses so he can double Nidus now. Missile turret just to push back the Overlord. And these Banshees are just going to harass this 5th base over here. Still no drones on the 4th. Still not completely saturated on the 3rd either. So Musashi's not in the position that he wants to be, despite doing the damage that he did earlier.
Oh no, he loses that Banshee.
And he's going to lose his Banshee here.
I think Nidus is the main.
I'm not sure. It's almost like he forgot about the Nidus for the last little bit. He's just been sitting there. He's making a Spire now. Remember, he is on Hive tech. He went all the way up to Hive on 3 base. So
This is upgrades. He does not have evolution chambers, does he?
no, he's not going for upgrades. Instead, he's going. There's his evolution chambers. It's almost as if he's listening to the stream. Musashi.
That's not going to make it down.
No, that's not gonna make it down. He needs to start double Nidusing if he wants to get them down anywhere. And the army moving across the map to the left-hand side of the screen.
He's going for the main. He moved that Overlord.
Is he? Okay. We'll see. We'll see.
I just want to see it happen. Like,
Me too. He's trying to get vision with his lings to see where the defending army is. See where he can Nidus.
And he's got no...
Nidus goes down in the main.
His supply block. He sees it, but he's too busy.
Yeah. It's all about microing these Banes, which he does. He move commands them directly into all those Marines and cleans up his push, no problem. He does lose the base and most of his army. The Nidus is down, but not spitting out units. No units got spit out of the Nidus, so it was basically just a distraction Nidus. It was throw your dick on the table and look at this, boys, and then nothing happens. You know, it was pretty flaccid.
Pretty flaccid Nidus.
It was a flaccid Nidus if I ever saw one.
He's going to kill that Overlord.
Pop goes the balloon of blood. And we are moving into a stage of the game that these guys are maybe a little bit less familiar with. So we'll see how this goes. As we were saying before, there's only the evolution chambers just got started on the side for Musashi, and he's just starting his +1/+1. And we see over on the Terran side, +3 weapons has just been started. So by the time the +1/+1 finishes, Terran is going to have +3 weapons on his Marines. So that's definitely a problem. We've got +2 armor as well. So, and +2, where's that? +2, where is the armory? +2 vehicle upgrades as well. This 5th base isn't going down. So every time that these armies fight, from here on out, there should be a drastic difference in efficiency for the Terran. And I'm getting my door scratched at by my cat. 1 second here, guys. All right, sorry about that. Terran army moving out now. This push will happen just before 1 or 3 attack finishes, but if he's able to keep the push here, he will sustain into the time where 3 attack kicks in.
I would like to think this push kills him.
There's a lot of banelings.
Depends on how the banelings hit.
Yeah, it depends on the micro of both players here. +2/+2 has just started for the Zerg. So he is trying to catch up on upgrades, but this Terran army is looking pretty formidable. The Banelings and Zerglings are rolling in. A lot of them are just getting mowed down before they have a chance to even move to attack. But that was a giant connection on those Marines.
Not enough.
Not enough. Not enough.
Split.
It was a good split, plus the tanks were in great position to deal perfect damage to those Ravagers as they tried to move in and bile. So there's basically nothing left of the Zerg army. He is morphing a couple of Broodlords, because as we said earlier, he has gone straight to Hive. But those Broodlords,
I would say 15 minutes is rushing Broodlords, though.
No, but the Hive itself came out at like 8.
Yeah.
On 3 bays. But it looks...
Before that, wasn't it?
It was ridiculously early. So here comes
Normal Hive timing is like 9 minutes or something.
Yeah.
On standard 4 or 5 days. It's some connections, but oh, he's now emptying the Nidus.
It's an interesting selection of units here. We've got a splattering of Broodlords, some Speed Banelings, some Ravagers, a couple Corruptors, and he manages to clean it up. This is the weirdest army that I've ever seen. And I think it might be half effective against the army of the Terran we see here.
It's not necessarily connected or clean, and he just loses all his Broodlords.
Yeah, he lost all his Broodlords from a miscommand or miscontrol there. And the Terran is going to clean up this army and this game with this push at this point. I don't think there's anything left to do for the Zerg. 2-2 is going to finish, but 3-3 has finished for the Terran, and he takes a decisive victory with the GG.
Looks like we got an update on the Cactus Cup. Signups are now live.
So the Cactus Cup are now live. That is Cactus Cup 3, Nat's Revenge. Live on Jahawk, Jihawk, Jayhawk, Jahak, Liquid Solo's channel. Check it out.
However, he did say not to share this with the rest of the team, yet he put it in this team's stream, so a little confusing there.
Here we go. Don't share that with the rest of the team, but you're sharing it with the rest of the team, bud.
So
big brain moves from Solo once again.
Don't share it with the rest of the team, apparently.
Yeah, so the rest of the team that's watching, shut up about this, okay? Don't tell the rest of the team. Got it, guys, okay?
Oh, Eternal.
Oh! I'm going to go refill my coffee while we get this game ready, all right?
I'm going to go take a pee-pee while you do that.
All right. We're just going to take a second here, and then we're going to go into Eternal Empire for our second map. Second map? Second map of the series. So I'm getting a little bit scrambled here.
Hi.
All right. Hello. I'm back.
Hey, Nastro, I have a question.
What's going on, dude?
Have you ever used a bidet?
I have not.
I've been thinking about getting one.
Oh, fancy
I've
pantsy.
heard good things.
Probably cleans
Apparently
your
you
butt.
can get them pretty cheap.
Nice.
I'll tell you, we still gotta finish this series and then one more. If Moss shows up.
And then Schmeat will tell you how to clean your butt.
With a bidet.
With a bidet. Is Musashi playing Terran now? Did you do that on purpose?
Oh shit, did I not ask them if they were ready?
I don't think you asked them if they were ready. I think you just started the game on them.
F.
F in chat, everybody. All right, F in chat. PogChamp for Schmeat. Resident Sleeper. Resident Sleeper Schmeat.
Pause this. Oh, I can't pause. And I can't chat with them.
Oops, boys.
And Duster wins.
No.
2-0.
No. Let's roll that back. Let's roll that back.
Is it Everdream or Eternal?
That was Eternal Empire. We were just on. That's me.
All right, ready?
No, that's you and me. That's you and me. You have you and me in there.
Apparently Nastro is too scared to play me.
That wasn't the match.
Now it is.
It was. Duster says go. Musashi says ready. Race check is a go. We're good. We're good. F in the chat, boys.
Had to make sure.
All right, so I'm going to advertise my Valorant play session after this. And I'm going to say that, hey, Mogwai, you just got a key. Hey, Fabian, you just got a key. Would you guys like to play some Valorant when we're done with all of this?
Thanks for inviting me, Nastro. I'd love to play Valorant with you.
I did that on purpose. No, if you want to play, absolutely.
No, it's fine. I understand. No, I get it. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm trolling you, dude. I'm trolling you.
It doesn't hurt. In the bottom left, we have GNR's own Duster the Diamond Terran.
Duster.
And in the top right, we have fucking Al. This camera hurts. We have MitchyTommyPooPoo.
MitchyTommyPooPoo.
I'm upset.
MLG 420. All right, guys. Another Terran versus Earth. Who won the first game? That was Mitchy. That was Duster.
Duster.
That was Duster. There we go. That was Duster. Here we are.
Duster also won the second game.
Wait, this is game 3. Yes. Wait, what? Oh, God. All right, anyways. Nothing weird here. It looks like MitchyTommyPooPoo is gonna plop down his hatch as he does. And Duster's gonna leave a little hole in his wall for the reactor when it's ready. Look how fun. I'm gonna go roll. Oh, I didn't know you did jujitsu.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I got prepared for my game, you know?
I got you. I'll solo cast this one. So good. All right. So Schmeat's gone to do some rolling. We got Musashi taking his gas. Getting scouted by Duster. Getting ready to plop down his CC, and there it goes. Watch the building animation a little bit, as we do. And Duster's going to check the third hatchery just to get ready to block it. Reaper is almost done. It's going to get rallied to the front of the base and then probably move straight across the map. Looks like MitchyTommyPooPoo is a little bit worried for proxies. So he did a little bit. That might have actually just been a timing thing to make sure that his drone went to work on time to deliver the minerals back to this base rather than going back to the main. Reaper coming across the map now, going to go straight for the third location, probably for a third check and then a jump into the main. No, he goes straight for the natural. Proving me wrong. Sees the lanes, backs off, goes into the main. All right, cool. Go back in Duster's base. We've got a factory going down and a second reactor finishing, or second refinery rather, finishing. Still no third base. It's been successfully blocked by Duster for the last little bit. This queen getting positioned out front here. It did inject it with its first round of energy, as did the queen and the natural. 2 more queens being produced. And a starport going down, so the 111 is now complete. And it looks like MitchyTommyPooPoo is setting up for that good old 3 minute 30-second scout. He is having to counter micro this as there's a Inji Bay that went down and got canceled. Good timing on that. Speed finishing for the speedlings here. In position for a scout, although not going to see much because it's just going to see the gases. And all of the tech is way over here positioned in the front. So if he goes in, he's going to have a long way to travel to be able to get a proper scout off. And the Overlord in the front is instead kind of floating off in no man's land. It can be positioned right here just to see the gas timing and poke in once in a while to see the army composition. The Lings are moving across just to grab this watchtower, but they are going to get intercepted by this small group of Hellions and the Reaper. And this queen moving back to spread some creep as it has accumulated a little bit of energy now. Going to put pressure onto the third base is Duster with this small group of units as he finishes his wall back at home and reinforces with a couple Hellions from across the map. And we're going to see some roaches and a couple lings coming out for Duster as his creep spread's a little slow, or for Mitchy rather, as his creep spread is a little slow to get over there. He's not able to run his queens across quite yet. So he is having to rely on overwhelming numbers of units. Unfortunately, because these 6 Hellions are going to do some roasts into those lings. They might even cancel his hatch. There they go. They actually do cancel it and kill the drone. So this is a really bad position for Mitch. And he's not liking this at all. He is hiding his Hellions. He does not want to show them quite yet. Trying to fend this off with just one queen. So I think he probably is going to go into some sort of push off of this. Although with the starport finish and the tech lab on it and a Banshee out, I don't think there's too much potential for damage on a roach push at this point in the game. Inji base has started now for Duster as he starts to secure a bit of a macro lead on his Zerg opponent. Evolution Chambers come down in kind for Musashi, also known as MitchyTommyPooPoo. Guy in the chat. Alright, so the double prong is getting set up now. He still hasn't seen these roaches, I don't think. This is cloaked, but there is a nicely timed spore to deter it and push it back. So not much damage to be done there. A second Banshee is coming out now and switching into Medivacs afterwards, it looks like. So tank production has started, and we're going into a regular bio. Probably going to look for a 1-1 push is Duster. This creep spread is getting stifled, and Mitchy is having a lot of trouble getting to his third base. Normally, a Zerg would want to be on their fourth base or starting their fifth base at this point. But being completely stifled by this two-base Terran, with no third base in sight, just more production being added on. So this is two base versus two base. It's not the worst position in the world, but it isn't great. This is definitely something that favors the Terran. Taking a little bit of damage on that high health Banshee, just to soak and get some drone kills. Not a bad play at all. And he moves over into the main and finds a little bit of a spot where he can do some damage without getting hit by the spore, but the one Banshee does go down to the queen. So he's forced back on that one. Looks like Mitchy's going to be checking for a third base on the opposite side of the map to see where he's at in this game, how far behind he is, if he's behind at all. And he sees it just starting now. So he knows that this has been a large commitment at this point from Duster to be able to do this. And also there's probably a pretty large push coming, because that's a super late base, right? It's kind of a reasonable deduction to make. Mitch does catch these Hellions and kills off half of them. 3 surviving. And they're going to flee from the Ravagers, which are now marching across the map. Probably to try to deny this third base as Mitch gets his own third base up and tries to re-secure himself a macro lead in this game, which probably just secure himself. I don't think he's had a macro lead at any point in this game. The army's in position to try to sideswipe these Ravagers, and the stim comes down as well as the Biles. The Biles landing one or two on the tank, but not enough, and all of the roaches are getting cleaned up. As well as this Ravager. It looks like this push is completely dead. The rest of these roaches that were rallying across the map to reinforce are now forced to flee. The Duster looking in a commanding position. +2 attack has started. +2 armor has not. But on the opposite side, +2 attack has started, and +1 armor is still building. So we have a Baneling Nest coming down now, which means Bane speed is going to be quite late. It's still not a lot of creep spread to really push this Terran army back. So any positionings with these tanks, any forward positioning with the tanks is going to be incredibly strong against this Zerg army. In fact, right here might be a particularly good spot, because that'll be able to hit anything that comes through here, as well as assist any Marines that make it around the corner. It looks like instead he's going to siege just off creep, one just on creep, as he takes this low ground position and tries to force an engagement. Now, if Mitch does get pulled into this choke, that he's going to get completely shredded by these tanks. So that's kind of what Duster's hoping for. One tank forward, almost as a bait. Gets sniped by the Biles pretty quick. I don't like this position so much anymore, now that it's been kind of revealed that the tanks are there waiting for the... Yeah, as we see this is getting pushed back now. I think it was good to try to lure him into a bad engagement at first, but at this point it's I'm not super liking this position. It can get flanked quite easily, although it is continuing to do damage. Yeah, realizing that this maybe isn't the best position, unsieging and now pulling back. Mitch has been on top of his upgrade, starting his +2/+2. And it looks like +2 armor is getting finished for the Terran as well. So not too far ahead are either player from each other. Except Duster does have an incredible worker lead, so I take that back. He is incredibly far ahead. I didn't realize that Mitch had not built up his worker count since getting this 3rd base. He is very far behind. Duster actually probably overbuilding workers, as he's not on 4 bases, but he is on 82 workers. That's incredibly high. Incredibly high. So we'll see if he's able to get and secure a 4th base and take advantage of that worker count. But for now, it looks like he's just going to continue to push with this rather gigantic army that was kind of originally built off of a 2-base contained push, and is now expanded into a 3-base parade push. So you can see the parade coming across the map. Fanfare and trumpets and drummers all coming along with the rest of the army. I don't see any marauders at all. It's just pure marine, which is probably the right choice, as they high numbers just shred roaches. I know marauders technically do bonus damage, but marines are just ridiculous in high numbers. And he cleans up the army quite easily, and is now going to clean up this 3rd base, which is the only real mining refuge that Musashi has. As you can see, this is beginning to dry up, and this is very much on its way to being dried up. Now remember, there's no 4th base over on the other side for Duster, so this is really his mining refuge too. The difference is it's still alive and mining. So with this position, push forward with these tanks, his rally, his parade push that I was talking about before, is just completely overwhelming the Zerg. The drones are getting pulled, the queens are getting pulled. I think it's just, this is just a YOLO for a GG, and there we go. The GG is called. Duster takes the series 2-0.